We need to talk about load containers. Some of our practices around the country are terrible. OSHA's pretty clear about what we need to be doing. Let's take a look and see what that is. OSHA 1926 251 covers the below the hook items. The first line calls for inspections and says defective rigging equipment shall be removed from service. If you lift it, you're responsible for the inspection. The next section is just like every other piece of rigging. It calls for an affixed legible identification markings with working load limit prescribed by the manufacturer. The next two sections continue on with requirements of manufacturers tagging and not overloading. And the final line is a requirement to have 125% load tests. This record needs to be kept. Qualified riggers should be checking for it, and lift directors are also responsible for making sure it's happened. The stark reality is contractors on $100 million projects are job modifying load containers being lifted over workers' heads to save a few $100s. OSHA hasn't done anything about this in 50 years, so it's up to the crane crews to stand up for everyone. Did you know that bulk bags are only meant to be used one time and then thrown away? This is the problem with our inconsistent load container standards. One of the excuses we get in the field is the expensive stuff, but things aren't expensive at all. They're cheaper than building boxes in a lot of cases when you add up the labor. And you save the money on the hooking in. The reality is they just didn't plan ahead. Remember, if it doesn't have a tag, it doesn't have a rating, there's no instructions, no load test history, and it isn't on an inspection checklist, then you shouldn't be lifting.